Have you ever felt invisible, like no one notices you and your efforts go unseen? What if I told you that the first step to changing your financial life isn't learning a trick or getting rich quickly, but learning to see your own worth? This is the story of how one person transformed from invisible to unstoppable. Ethan grew up quietly, almost like a shadow in his own life. At school, he was the kid who no one invited, the one teachers barely remembered and classmates often ignored. At home, money was tight, and he quickly learned that opportunities rarely fell into his lap. Every day, he asked himself silently, "Do I even matter? Will anyone ever notice me?" He struggled with more than just loneliness. He struggled with self-doubt, and it reflected in his financial life too. Every allowance, every small gift, every coin he had felt temporary, fleeting, and insufficient. Ethan thought being invisible was permanent, that no matter what he did, people would overlook him, and money would always be just out of reach. One evening, feeling particularly invisible, Ethan walked through a quiet park near his home. The sky was dark, the wind whispered through the trees, and he felt small, almost invisible to the world itself. Then he noticed an elderly man sitting on a bench, calmly reading. Something made Ethan sit nearby. The man looked up, smiled, and said softly, "You look like someone carrying a weight no one sees." Have you ever thought that perhaps the weight isn't just life, but what you think of yourself? Ethan was startled. "What do you mean?" he asked. The man closed his book and leaned forward. Self-worth changes everything. How people see you, how you see yourself, and even how money comes to you. I used to be invisible too, broke and unnoticed. But I realized something life-changing. The first person who must believe in you is you. Before the world gives value, you have to give it to yourself. Ethan listened intently. The man continued, "I started by saving a small amount of money every week. Not to impress anyone, not to get rich overnight. I saved to prove to myself that I could be responsible, that I could take care of myself. Every coin was a step in building confidence. Every small action reminded me, I matter. My choices matter." Inspired, Ethan decided to try the same. He found a small jar, collected coins, and created a plan for his money. He started learning new skills online, practicing discipline, and setting small goals for himself. He realized that self-worth wasn't just a feeling. It was a practice. Every action he took for himself, no matter how small, was a brick in the foundation of his future. Weeks passed. Ethan began taking on small side jobs, tutoring kids, helping neighbors, doing odd jobs. Every earning felt significant because it was earned with intention and proof of his capabilities. Slowly, the jar of coins grew, and along with it, his confidence. He stood taller, spoke louder, and contributed ideas in class. People noticed the change, not because he demanded attention, but because he now carried himself with an undeniable presence. Months later, Ethan's life looked different. He wasn't suddenly wealthy, but he had control. He had a growing savings habit, practical skills, and a mindset of growth. His self-worth radiated, and opportunities that were once out of reach now seemed attainable. His friends started asking for his advice, teachers appreciated his input, and small financial wins compounded into bigger opportunities. The most important lesson Ethan learned: money and opportunities follow confidence, discipline, and self-belief. If you think of yourself as invisible, life will mirror that. But when you begin to invest in yourself, cultivate your skills, save wisely, and recognize your own worth, everything starts to shift. The invisible person becomes unstoppable. So if you feel invisible today, take this to heart. The world may not notice you at first, But the first person who needs to see your value is you. Start small. Save, learn, grow, and take care of yourself. Build your self-worth first, and watch how your financial life, your relationships, and even your opportunities transform. Because the truth is, you were never invisible. You were just waiting to realize your own power. And once you do, nothing, not money, not people, not circumstances, can hold you back.